Insert the usual shilling, like, comment, subscribe, rate. Mounts are a nice thing to have in World of Warcraft. And while the game is not in its pinnacle as it was, collecting mounts is still fun and still an interesting activity to do. And here's a way how you can boost your collection a tiny bit, or it's a good place to start with if you have no idea what to do. First of all, and most important, in my opinion, is to go in the midst of Pandaria expansion to the Isle of Giants. Here you will find a bunch of dinosaurs, and the most fun part is that you can kill all the dinosaurs, and they will drop gigantic dinosaur bones. There is an NPC on the island, hidden in a cave, on the western side of the island, that gives you a mount. A bone white primal raptor for 9,999 giant dinosaur bones. Now this is a very easy grind to do. It will take you 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and the thing is, the bones aren't soul bound. You can do them with multiple characters and send them over whenever you have time, or you can just go to the auction house and buy them. I guess in my Defiance Brotherhood server, they sell for around 10k for 999, so it is a pretty good deal. Now on the same island from the same dinosaurs, you will also have the chance of finding some primal eggs. Primal eggs contain one of 3 color variations raptors. The interesting part is that it's kinda random. You're never really sure what dinosaur you're gonna get out of them. And it also comes with a little bit of an issue. The eggs are unique, so you can only have 1 per character. But that's the interesting part, you only need 1 per character. You can come in with an alt army, or other characters I guess, and farm the eggs until you get all 3 of them. Important to note, the Isle of Giants is a very good spot for farming these mounts, but also the mobs are level 35 unless you do Pandaria time walking, which you shouldn't. But they're level 35. You can come with a level 50 anything and just melt them in one shot. Now, of course, it would be good if you have something that can move faster so you can clear things faster and do multiple cycles faster than you would on a less mobile class. But still, it's a pretty good place. It's a pretty good place to get mounts and to collect stuff. Next on our list, we have something interesting, something added in Dragonflight. Now, don't get me wrong, I hate Dragonflight as much as I hate Shadowlands. It's just as bad. But this is a pretty easy mount to get. At the end of the day, you need to have Renown level 9 with the Maruk. And then, at the springs, the Oharan whatever springs, you get the ability to nurse a Thunder Lizard to health. Now this is a daily that will go on for like 5 days until you can get the mount, but it's not that long of a deal. At the end of the day, you're not gonna waste more than 20 minutes for farming the certain things. Again, it comes the problem of, taking 5 days to do, but it's still doable, and the things that you need to do aren't that hard. For example, in the first day you need fluorescent fluid, which you can get from insects. High fiber leaf on the second day, drops from plants. You need fishing, that's true, 1000 bite piranhas, you're gonna need 1000 bite piranhas on the third day, then woolly mountain pelt, and then Melun's Greek curry. But the idea is that all of these can be purchased normally, either from the auction house or in Melon's green curry from Ohun Melun in the 10 south of Onhiri Springs. So it's not that hard to do, you just have to invest a little time to just get them and do the quest then and be done with it. It's not gonna take more than a few minutes if you just buy everything out of the auction house. And even if you go farming for it, it's not gonna be that long of a grind. Now let's leave a bad expansion behind and go to a good one. Back to Mists of Pandaria, or Pandaria. I like saying Pandaria. There is this mount, the Red Flying Cloud, which is basically Dragon Ball. It's a Dragon Ball reference. And the way to get it is you need to get exalted with the Lore Walkers, and it costs 600 gold. That's it for this mount. Now you might think that 600 gold is nothing, but the exalted reputation might scare you, but don't be afraid. There's a simple guide out there that tells you what you need to do. To get this, you have to go into specific spots on the continent and just dig up certain artifacts and then bring them into the lore walkers. There's an add-on that points every one of those out for you. There are video guides out there, and it's not gonna take more than 30 minutes to get it, which is quite nice. Now let's go back to a battle expansion, that's Shadowlands, and I think one easy mount to get here is the Shimmer Mist Runner. Now to get this one, you have to go through a maze, and it's not that hard. You're gonna need to go to Tirna Skite, but not go into the dungeon, and start from the Oaken Assembly at coordinates 31 with 54, and you have to do the following. First, you go left, then you go right, then you go left, then you go right, then you go forward, then you go left once more, and you're gonna have to defeat a horse there. Well, it's soloable, and you can defeat it by yourself pretty easily. And that's one very fast way to get a mount. I know, it's another bad expansion, we're still in the Shadowlands, we're staying in the Shadowlands because the next mount is quite easy to get, especially now in Dragonflight. If you have a decently geared character, you can set your dungeon on Heroic, go to the Shadowlands, defeat the Plaguefall boyos, don't exit the dungeon immediately, just go back up where you defeated the Venom Blade, and you will see that there is a curious slime serpent. You can pet it and then it's yours. The idea is that this mount is 100% doable. The catch is that you need to solo the dungeon, but at this point it should be pretty easy. It was kinda easy at the end of Dragonflight to do this dungeon by yourself, especially in heroic mode. Now it's even easier, and it will become easier as the time goes on, as gear gets better. And the Slime Serpent, while it shares a motto with the Mind Worm and the Najatar Bloodworm, it's still pretty nice to have, and it's unique to the Shadowlands. Next and finally on our list, we have a mount that comes from a rare who is 100%. The mount drops 100% of the times, and that's Garn Night Howl. Now, you have to get this one in Warlords of Draenor, and it's on the western side of Frostfire Ridge. But still, it's easy, it's doable, especially if you have a stronger character. And it's 100% drop rate. Of course, you can also get it from the auction house, and it's like dirt cheap, depending on your server. But that's all. I hope you like this, and I'll see you in the next one.